Hey guys, it's Gregor here. What are we doing? Well, we have Kia. So we're at the stage now where everything's been welded in to where it needs to be. And now we're spreading a little bit of filler over it. This is just like to make it nice and smooth. The final amount, all the metal work is solid. And yeah, we don't have any rust issues now, so we put a skim of filler on it and then we block it back and then re-prime it and then have a look at it then. So yeah, so that's where we're up to. It's just getting its first layer over. I haven't blocked it yet. I hit it with the DA first to knock the hard lumps off, and then we start blocking it so it removes it. You can see how much filler ends up on the floor. So it's just the idea is to spread it over a large area and then you just block it back, and then a fair bit of it ends up on the floor, but you've got to make sure you don't fill in all your lines, the joins in the panel. As you know, you've got to leave the factory joins there so it looks correct. Yeah, so that's where we're up to. Just a short update. You can see where Andrew's been welding right across there. Needed a big section, and it has to be welded on there inside there for support, and then we just prime that and seam seal it. Done a bit of smoothing up on the floor, ground a few welds back. Yeah, so now it's just a bit of smoothing over, priming, and yeah, basically you're getting down to the nitty-gritty of the body work before we look at paint. So just thought I'd give you a short update. There ended up being quite a few areas where I probably skipped it all, but yeah, there's areas that needed to be welded. You can see here there's a few very small holes on the floor, so they've just been welded up direct, and that's all you need to do. Is just no need to actually cut out the whole floor. That's just overkill. So you know, some people go to that where they would replace that whole panel and whatever because it was slightly imperfect, but you don't have to go that nuts with it. Every project has a budget. Well, some don't, you know. I guess if you were going to go absolutely bonkers with it and wanted a showpiece, which these cars were never designed to be, you know, you could actually replace that whole panel because it's had 50 years worth of abuse. You know, it wasn't perfect, but the point is that filler's not going to be very thick and there's no rust underneath it. And yeah, so that's the process of it all. Getting it a bit smoother, and then we'll prime it up, and then when you get primer on it, you can see where you're at, and then you know you've got to re-block it back again, and yeah, just a pre-paint process. So just a quick update. I'm glad all the metal work's finished on this now. We've obviously got to do a bit on the gates. The factory gates haven't been touched yet, but we'll get them blasted and see where we're up to with that. So, all right, we'll see you when we see ya. Okay, so here we are, all epoxied up, all sealed up. It's looking pretty straight. Admittedly, because of timelines with other jobs, I bloody missed a bit completely there. What I've done, the initial hit with the bodywork is just with the DA sander only. So this has yet to actually have a full blocking down. So I'm going to do that on the next, what do we call it? The next round of bodywork. So this is pretty much what you call a rough-in. So, you know, a layer of filler, hit with the DA sander to knock it, most of it off, but even more filler will come off when I get the blocks onto it with the 80 grit and whatever. So this was just about getting it all sealed up and out the door, because I've got to bring the Porsche in and get that finished. So I'm just going to run a bit of seam sealer along this overlap, because that's been underneath the overlap there has been rust treated and now re-epoxied. So now's the time to put some seam sealer. Same with this repair across the back here that Andrew's done. Get that seam sealed. Yeah, so that's the latest with this. And when you've got this PR250 epoxy on, yeah, it really keeps the moisture out, just locks in your repairs, your filler work, and then we will revisit this with some more blocking action, etc. very soon. So yeah, but I've just got to get it out of the booth, and you know, we're not a mega sized workshop here in the Van Zels Restorations. If you were, you know, you would be charging a hell of a lot more. If it was laid up for a while, you'd be charging money to have the car stored in your shed, etc. So, which we don't do. So basically, it's got to go outside. I will be putting a waterproof cover over it, so it's no biggie, but I'd just like to have, you don't want any filler or bare metal exposed when the car's outside. So that's where we're at. All right, we'll see you when we see you.